could I do a segment? Could I do this non-live stream without calling out Joe Biden's just? I mean, he must really be so arrogant that he knows. Oh boy, I mean, is there a freaking Hall of Fame Rolodex and archive of corrupt, racist, awful things I've said, and just say, well, it's not going to matter. I got the money. I got the special interest, and old people don't care. So whatever. So this clip came out a couple days ago, and Justice Democrats, I think, put it out. And here's Joe Biden just openly talking about being, if you give him $250,000, he'll give you the world. Here we go.
Lobbyists aren't bad people. Special interest groups are not bad people. But guess what? They're corrosive. People who accept money from them aren't bad people, but it's human nature. You go out, Lynn, and bundle $250,000 for me, all legal, and then you call me after I'm elected and say, Joe, I'd like to come and talk to you about something. You didn't buy me, but it's human nature. You helped me. I'm going to say, sure, Lynn, come on in.
Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? You didn't buy me, Lynn. You helped me raise $250,000. You didn't buy me, but sure, come on in. So, if he's saying that he wasn't bought by the person who helped raise $250,000 for him, he must say he rented me. He rented me. I can't be bought, but I can be rented, or financed, or layaway. You get my point? Too harsh? I mean, the walking contradictions of this man. And I gotta be honest with you, and some people aren't gonna like what I'm about to say, but I really am starting to feel it. I think Joe Biden's worse than Hillary Clinton. I mean, it's really comparing like rotten apples to rotten oranges. But there's just there's a much longer record. Hillary Clinton was only in the Senate for 7 years. Joe Biden was in the Senate for 2 decades, I believe. And Joe Biden was in public life. I think he was starting in the late 1970s, early 80s. I mean, she was just a lawyer. So she has a terrible record, and there's a lot of bad things about her dating back to the 70s. But I'm talking about a political record. He's got a much longer record than Hillary Clinton. I don't think, he's also a warmonger too. I think she has him by a couple miles on the warmongering, but he's still a warmonger. But, the more you see this video of him, he's openly talking about being bought. What he's talking about is being bought. If you help raise a lot of money for me, yeah, come on in. You'll have my ear. So here's the difference, okay? So Status Coup, we're a company. We're not like a charity. We're a company. So we don't, we're raising money from viewers, right? So there was a viewer who gave $5,000 to our GoFundMe. That viewer chose to be anonymous, so I never said who it was. But I reached out to that viewer after he gave $5,000 to try and get him on the phone. Because I wanted to personally thank him. That's an incredible amount of money to give to a media startup. I was just curious, like, what made you do it? What kind of stuff do we do that makes you that dedicated and passionate about Status Coup? I wanted to know because it's good to know what's registering with the people. Not for my ego, but to know what should we do more of. Obviously, if somebody's willing to give that much money. I was never able to get in touch with him, but the difference is if that viewer is giving $5,000 to us, you damn right I want to talk to him. I'm open to a story or two he's interested in us covering, or she, if it was a woman. I'm not going to be on the road and covering a story, and then that person calls me and say, hey, Lee Flint, I want you to do this. No, I'm not talking about that. They're not going to set our editorial decisions. But if somebody's going to give us $5,000 and help us grow, of course I'd be open to if they are interested in us covering a story or this and that. But that's a media company. You know what I mean? And that's from a viewer. We're not talking about from Goldman Sachs. We're not talking about from Big Pharma. We're not talking about Silicon Valley. We're not talking about real estate developers. We're not talking about the big banks. You're talking about from an actual viewer. So yes, if a viewer gives $5,000 to us, I am open to, if you have a story suggestion or this and that. I would always say I can't guarantee anything, and I would never ever let viewers or even investors dictate our day to day. But this is okay for a company funded by the people. When you're a politician and you're openly saying, well, if you help raise $500,000, if you help us raise $250, and you want to run something by me, hey, come on in, open door policy. Do you think whatever that person wants to run by Joe Biden is just some innocent, I'd like to know your thoughts about planting a tree in Israel? Of course not. They want something from Joe Biden. You want to know something? He's going to give it to them so he could get their money for the next election and the next pet project. That's how it works. And he just openly told you so. So Joe Biden's corrupt. And he could say in one breath, he didn't buy me, but yeah, I'm open to him coming in. Well, what do you call that? Of course it's being bought. But I'd rather be bought by actual people that are funding us, viewers, than special interests or wealthy plutocrats. Yeah, you could buy me, the viewers. I'm only open to what the viewers want and think. And a viewer could give me a hell of a lot of money. And if they want me to cover something that doesn't really align with our values or doesn't really fit our wheelhouse, then I'm going to respectfully say, yeah, I'll look into it, but I'm not going to guarantee you that I'm actually going to do something on it. So, that's the deal. Joe Biden's corrupt. Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.